Hello, kindergarten parents, and welcome to the virtual back to school night presentation. We sure wish that we were having this with you guys in person, but we just want to tell you that we are so appreciative of your continued support. Please let us know at any point if you have any questions, and we are looking forward to going on this journey with you this year. So our kindergarten teachers this year are Mrs. Coney, Mrs. Reardon, Miss Brundage, and Miss Carlson. And some of our goals for our kindergartners this year are to help every one of our students achieve grade level or beyond grade level in every subject area by the end of the school year, to provide a supportive and fun classroom environment, and to help your child make new friends and discover new interests. The subjects that we will be covering in kindergarten are reading, writing, math, science, and social studies.
For reading, we focus on the 5 components of literacy. So every day, we'll begin the year by working on identifying individual letters and sounds. As we learn those letters and sounds, we will apply our decoding skills to practice sounding out and reading words with CVC, CCVC, and CVCC word patterns. So a CVC word is just a word with a short vowel sound, like cat. CCVC is, again, a short vowel sound, but with a blend at the beginning, so a word like stop. And then CVCC is a word, again, with that short vowel sound, but with a blend at the end, so a word like best. So we'll work on building those patterns, and then we'll eventually progress through different syllable types that they'll learn how to spell the appropriate phonics patterns that go with it. Another big important aspect of our reading instruction is our power words. So these are our sight words or high frequency words. There are different ways to call it. And the purpose of these is that these power words are words that they should know automatically. And we like to tell the kids that they should be able to read it like that. So anytime they see it, they aren't sounding them out, because a lot of times they don't follow the rules or the patterns, so they can't be sounded out. So again, it's just about the automaticity with that. Another thing that we work on regularly and that you will see in some of their reading homework that goes home are nonsense words. So nonsense words are made-up words, something like MIP. The purpose of this is to practice those decoding skills of sounding out and blending. Nonsense words don't allow kids to guess at words because they're not real. As we continue with reading, we'll work on building our fluency, so making sure we sound like a reader. We'll start with sentences, we'll move to passages. Eventually, these kids are going to be reading books. As we build that fluency, another major piece is comprehension. So not only do we want to be able to read the words in front of us, but we want to make sure that we understand what we're reading. So this comes in 2 forms. This comes to independent reading comprehension. So when they're reading on their own, making sure that they understand what they're reading. We focus a lot on understanding characters, setting, retelling a story. But then we will also do comprehension in a whole group form, where we will focus on a book or 2 a week, and we work on different comprehension skills as a whole group. As far as vocabulary goes, this is aligned to our comprehension. Whatever comprehension we work on during the week, we then introduce the kiddos to 5 robust vocabulary words that go along with that comprehension.
All right, parents, now we are going to start talking about writing. So within our kindergarten curriculum, we start writing with handwriting, and we use handwriting without tears. So your kiddos are going to learn the correct formation of their letters, and it's super fun. We get out chalkboards. They're going to love it. It's a grand old time. But then also we develop our writing through our literacy. So when your kiddos are learning their letters and sounds, we will also be getting out our whiteboards, markers, and erasers, and we will be learning how to encode, which means spell, our CVC words. And then once we get a little bit more comfortable with that, we will going into writing our sentences. So that way we really don't hit our writer's workshop till the 2nd trimester, but they are already writing complete sentences. So they will be able to easily flow into a narrative, expository, and opinion piece of writing. Up next, we have math. And the way we teach math is very similar to the way that we teach literacy. There's a science to it. So we really develop our number sense, and we go slow to go fast. So we live within the number 5 for a long time. But that you'll see by the time we get to adding, they do it automatically because they understand all the how to decompose a number within 5. So we live within 5 for a while, and then we once we get to that, then they are fluently adding within 5. And then we get into addition and subtraction within 10. And then we do 2D shapes, 3D shapes, measurement, and the decomposing of the numbers. And last but not least, we will be doing science this year. Your kindies are going to love science. It's very hands-on. We start with wood and paper, and you're like, oh, that doesn't sound exciting, but it is. We get to make our own wood. We study different types of paper. It's super duper exciting. And we also do a unit called Animals 2x2, where we're going to study goldfish and guppies and snails, pill bugs and sow bugs, also known as roly-polies, and your kids will just have an absolute blast with this.
Now we're going to talk about the importance of reading at home with your child for 20 minutes. You can see from this chart that reading 20 minutes a day gets you 1,800,000 words per year and allows kids to score in the 90th percentile on standards test. When your student only reads 1 minute per day, they're only getting 8,000 words per year, and it allows them to score in the 10th percentile on standardized tests. We'll go to the next page. Here we're going to talk about reading homework. On Friday, your children will come home with a packet of papers, and on those papers, there'll be letters and sounds, some nonsense words, power words. Those are the high-frequency words that we practice here in kindergarten, and we will want you to go over this at home every night a little bit with your child, and then we would usually have you bring these back, and we would test them here at school. But since we're trying to minimize the amount of things you bring back and forth, we're going to ask that you just keep those at home, keep practicing them, and wait until next Friday, and we'll send you home with a new one. And we add on new letters based on the things that we've taught you this week. Also, you can read books that we send home. Along with these other things, we want you to be doing some other online resources, which is Raz-Kids and Epic. We'll send you with some leveled readers or book bags a little bit later in the year. And we will send you the codes for all those Raz-Kids and Epic logins in a few weeks once we get things a little more settled.
All right, guys, remote learning. So in the case that we do have to switch from face-to-face learning to remote learning, how it will look this year is kindergarten will have synchronous learning that will happen from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. every morning. So what that means is we will meet on Microsoft Teams, where we will do face-to-face whole group lessons. We'll meet with small groups. The kids will still get to have specials through remote learning. They'll have time for snack breaks and so forth. However, in the afternoon, we'll be using a platform called Seesaw. Seesaw is available through an app, or it's going to be available through just the computer. We will use this platform to create assignments for your kids. It's very interactive, very easy for them to use. We don't want you guys to panic about this part at all. We will try our best to familiarize the kids here at school with Seesaw so that in the case that we have to use it at home, hopefully they'll have some background and be ready to use it.
General information. Friday folders are due on Fridays. Every Friday, your child will come home with a folder that has their reading homework inside of it, as well as some important flyers or other additional information from the school. Go ahead and take a look at the information in the folder, take it out, and then your child will bring it back to school with them on Monday. Also, please remember to label all of your child's belongings. Things do get lost in kindergarten sometimes, and it's a lot easier for us to help find your child's missing item if their name is on it. Also, school starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. Students can come into the building at 7:45 because we have a soft start. Kindergarteners will enter and exit through those main doors in the front of the building. If your child isn't in the classroom by the time the second bell rings, please check in at the school office. Make sure that your kiddo knows that they need to stop and get a pass before they come to class. And parents will need to drop students off outside and are not allowed to walk into the building. questions and answers. If you guys do have any additional questions, we would be more than happy to answer those for you. If you could send us an email with those questions by Tuesday, August 25th, then we will be ready to answer them for you during our live back to school night presentation on August 26th. And we will have 2 sessions for that, one at 6 and one at 6:30. Again, thank you all so much for all of your support, and we are looking forward to having a wonderful kindergarten year with you.